This is the section of pelvic cavity. We know already the contents of the pelvic cavity. See, this is the section of male pelvis, sagittal section of male pelvis, which is on the right hand side, and the first one is the section of sagittal section of female pelvis. And see the contents present in the male pelvis posteriorly. This posterior most structure is the sigmoid colon and the rectum here. And this anterior structure is the urinary bladder. And see below the neck of the urinary bladder, we could see the prostate gland. Below the neck of the urinary bladder, between the urinary bladder and the rectum, a genital septum, which is made up of connective tissue, is present there. In male, it is very small and contains the seminal vesicles, and to which its duct, the ductus deferens, is joined. And presence of ureter, which is opening on the posterolateral aspect of the urinary bladder, is present in this genital septum, which is present between the urinary bladder and the rectum. Whereas in the female, it is large. The genital septum is large, and it contains the uterus, cervix, vagina, uterine tubes, the round ligament of the uterus, ovary, ligament of the ovary, and the ureters. These things are present in the genital septum of female. Now coming to the topic, the urinary bladder. You know that the urinary bladder is the temporary storehouse of the urine. It is not only storing the urine, it also empties the urine through the urethra. See, this is the internal urethral orifice, and which is the urethra. It is a muscular reservoir of the urine, and the urinary bladder lies in the anterior part of the pelvic cavity. We know that. Very important structure and a peculiar structure, presence of detrusor, which is a muscular component, and it is the important feature present in the urinary bladder. It is arranged on the whorls and spirals, which is the important adaptation for a mass contraction. So urinary bladder fulla ore structure contract agradhukana reason the presence of the detrusor muscle, see, which is the muscular layer of the organ. And see, when the bladder is empty, we could appreciate the presence of rugae-like foldings. These are the mucosal foldings, beyond which we have the detrusor muscle. Coming to the size and shape of the urinary bladder. The shape of urinary bladder varies according to the amount of urine. When the urinary bladder is empty, it lies entirely within the pelvis. But when it is filled with the urine, it expands and extends up to the abdominal cavity. Even it can reach up to the umbilicus or even higher. Shape பார்க்கும்போது the urinary bladder oda shapes are ரெண்டு different types ல நம்ம சொல்லலாம். When the urinary bladder is empty, it is tetrahedral in shape. See, this is the shape of an empty bladder, tetrahedral shape, and it is having an apex. See, this is the apex which is directed forwards. Apex வந்து முன்னோக்கி இருக்கும், and the base which is like the fundus, and that is present on the posterior aspect or the backwards. And neck of the urinary bladder. See, this is the neck of the urinary bladder, which is the lowest and most fixed part of the urinary bladder. So in the urinary bladder oda parts pathina, so the upper part to lower part are the body of the urinary bladder, neck of the urinary bladder, rendu part divide panna. These two superior and inferior portions of urinary bladder are quite distinct, both anatomically and functionally. So எப்படின்னு பாத்தீங்கன்னா the upper part of or the body of the urinary bladder is highly distendable. So எவ்வளோ வேணா it can expand and it is embedded in loose extraperitoneal fat. And the superior aspect of the urinary bladder is covered with the peritoneum. In the upper surface it is covered by the peritoneum, and in the presence of peritoneum allows the urinary bladder to expand to such an extent. In contrast, the neck is indistinguishable part. See, neck is very most fixed part and is anchored in position by pelvic ligaments, including the trigone. We'll discuss in later. So trigonial சேர்த்து neck is fixed part of the urinary bladder, whereas upper part is distendable. So அதனால தான் ஈஸியா அது expand ஆகுது. And coming to the surfaces and borders, see it is having 4 borders. So இது 1 and 2 lateral borders, 1 anterior border and 1 posterior border. Surfaces பாத்தீங்கன்னா superior surface present between the 2 lateral borders is the superior surface, and in the anterior border separates the 2 inferolateral surfaces. So இந்த பக்கம் ஒன்னு இருக்கும், அதே மாதிரி right and left introlateral surfaces, and this lateral border separates the introlateral surface from the base of the urinary bladder. Base நம்ம என்ன சொல்லலாம்னா posterior surface னு கூட சொல்லலாம். So 4 borders and 3 surfaces. When the bladder is full, so இப்போ urine வந்து full ஆயிடுச்சு, then it will become ovoid in shape. இந்த ரெண்டு introlateral surface fuse ஆயிடுச்சு, one anterior surface simply and one posterior surface, or apex which is directed upwards, and neck of the urinary bladder which is present below. This is the difference between the shapes of free, empty and full urinary bladder. Coming to the relations of the urinary bladder. So this is the apex of urinary bladder. பாருங்க, apex of the urinary bladder is attached to a ligament called as median umbilical ligament. Median umbilical ligament, which is representing the obliterated embryonic urachus. We know that urinary bladder is in connection with the umbilicus through the allantoid diverticulum. Fetus la irukumbodhu, so adoda remnant da we have the median umbilical ligament. So median umbilical ligament is a remnant of obliterated embryonic urachus, and it is attached to the apex of the urinary bladder. Base of the urinary bladder பார்த்தோம். So இதுதான் posterior part or the base of the urinary bladder. பாருங்க, this is female pelvis and this is male pelvis. So நம்ம எப்படி ஐடென்டிஃபை பண்ணுவோம்? Neck is surrounded by, below the neck the prostate gland is present. So அதை வச்சு male and female we can identify. And presence of uterus posterior to the urinary bladder represented as female. And see the relations of the base. In female, the uterine cervix, and this part is the cervix of the uterus. It is related to base, and the vagina, this upper part of the vagina, is related to base of the urinary bladder in case of female. In case of male, the lower part of the base is related to seminal vesicles. This leaf-like structures is the seminal vesicles, and this is ductus deferens. See both the ducts, the duct of the seminal vesicle and the ductus deferens unites and forms the ejaculatory duct and opens into the prostatic part of the urethra. The duct of the seminal vesicle joins with the ductus deferens and forms the ejaculatory duct, and it opens into the prostatic part of the urethra. So in male, the urethral tract and the tract for the passage of seminal fluid is the common. So the lower part of the base is related to seminal vesicles and the termination of ductus deferens. the upper part of the base is separated from the rectum. See, this is the upper part is separated from the rectum by rectovesical pouch. So this is a peritoneal pouch. Rectovesical, between the rectum and the vesicle it is present, so called a rectovesical pouch, and it contains the coils of intestines. See, whereas in case of female we have two pouches. This is recto-uterine pouch between the rectum and the uterus. Recto-uterine pouch, and it is most dependent part of the pelvic cavity. And between the uterus and the superior surface of the urinary bladder, the peritoneum, this green color line is the peritoneum, it dips into the anterior surface of the uterus up to the supravaginal part of the cervix. And this pouch is called as utrovesical pouch, and it also contains the coils of intestines. And see, this is rectovesical pouch. There is a triangular area between the two ducts. So in the seminal vesicles or the ejaculatory ducts, we have a triangular area that is represented as blue color area over here, and that is called as fascia of Dinovilliers. Rectovesical fascia. We know that the neck is the lowest and most fixed part, and in the position of the neck it lies 3 to 4 centimeter behind the lower part of the pubic symphysis, which is a little above the plane of pelvic outlet, and it is pierced by internal urethral orifice. The neck position adult children it will be varying. In infants, the neck is at a higher level. Adult the neck of urinary bladder is at the level of inferior border of the pubic symphysis. And in male, the neck is surrounded by smooth muscles which forms the pre-prostatic sphincter. So in the internal urethral orifice, prostate kulla enter ஆகிறதுக்கு முன்னாடி it is surrounded by a group of smooth muscles. அதுதான் நம்ம sphincter னு சொல்றோம். So pre-prostatic sphincter. Whereas in case of female, the neck of the urinary bladder is related to pelvic fascia. So இந்த ரெண்டு difference இருக்கு நமக்கு. Neck of the urinary bladder infants க்கு higher level, superior border of pubic symphysis ல இருக்கும். Whereas in adults, the position of neck of the urinary bladder is still lower, at the lower level, lower border of the pubic symphysis. Superior surface, ஏற்கனவே நம்ம பார்த்தோம். superior surface ல பாத்தீங்கன்னா, the superior surface in females, the superior surface is covered by peritoneum. Greater part of the superior surface of the female urinary bladder is covered by the peritoneum, except a small area near the posterior border. So that is related to supravaginal part of the cervix. Adhe male la pathina, it is completely covered by peritoneum, and அந்த இடத்துல என்ன இருக்கும்னு பாத்தீங்கன்னா coils of small intestine and sigmoid colon இது எல்லாமே வந்து இருக்கும். Infrolateral surface. So ரெண்டு பக்கமும் right and left infrolateral surface. அந்த ரெண்டு infrolateral surface லியுமே peritoneum இருக்காது. It is devoid of peritoneum and it is separated by the anterior border. So ரெண்டு infrolateral surface க்கு நடுவுல the anterior border is present. So in the anterior border of the urinary bladder, so in the gap இருக்கு பாருங்க, this is pubis. So symphyseal part of the pubis, இது anterior border of the urinary bladder. இது ரெண்டுக்கும் நடுவுல very few centimeters of gap இருக்கு. So அந்த கேப்புக்கு பேர் என்னன்னு பாத்தீங்கன்னா, that is the space of Retzius. only the loose areolar tissue, and the venous plexus, which is going to supply or drain the urinary bladder and the prostate, is present in this space of Retzius. So, the anterior part of the neck of urinary bladder in the pubis. Here we have the anterior ligament, which is called pubovesical ligament. So, vesicle nale we know that urinary bladder. So, it is extending to hold the urinary bladder in position. In the apex in the urachus kuda in the space of Retzius present ஆயிருக்கும். Interior of the urinary bladder. So urinary bladder kulla பார்த்தோம்னா so ஏற்கனவே நான் சொன்னேன் the mucosal folds or the mucous membrane of the urinary bladder is thrown into a number of rugae like foldings. அதுக்கு ஒரு exception இருக்கு. In the lower part of the urinary bladder மட்டும் பாருங்க it is very smooth, whereas இந்த இடத்துல இந்த mucous membrane is tightly holding onto the muscular layer which is lying beneath it. So this part is called as internal trigone. Internal trigone. It is a triangular area. Internal trigone or simply trigone kuda sollalam. See, it is having an apex which is directed downwards and a base. So in the base eppadi form agudunu pathina rendu ureteric orifice, ureters open ஆகுது. See, though the ureters are piercing, so இந்த இடத்துல the posterolateral partல pierce பண்ணிட்டா கூட urinary bladder ஓட cavity குள்ள ureters அந்த இடத்துல open ஆகல. இன்னும் still it is passing obliquely into the wall of the urinary bladder. So இந்த trigone ஓட base ரெண்டு angles-ல தான் வந்து the ureters are opening. So in the ரெண்டு ureters நடுவுல இருக்க இந்த gap, when the bladder is empty, it is about 2.5 centimeter. அதுவே distended bladder, அதாவது when it is filled with urine, it is about 5 centimeter apart. A slight elevation on the trigone immediately posterior to the urethral orifice is produced by the prostate gland and it is called as ula vesicae. Ula vesicae என்றது என்னன்னா இந்த internal urethral orifice, trigone urethral orifice குள்ள முடியிற இடம் and prostate ஓட அது join ஆகுற இடம். So prostate gland அந்த இடத்துல we have an elevation which is called as ula vesicae. So the base of the trigone is formed by interureteric ridge. இந்த இடத்துக்கு பேர் என்ன? Interureteric ridge, which is otherwise called as the bar of Mercius. So in the elevation, this demarcation is produced by the longitudinal muscular cords of the ureters. Ureters oda and the longitudinal cords are forming this bar of Mercius. And capacity of the urinary bladder. So average adult capacity pathina 220 ml. So ranging from 120 to 320. Mean capacity is 220 ml, 120 to 320. It varies from person to person. So filling beyond this level, so in the 220 ml க்கு மேல போகும்போது it causes the desire of voiding. So அப்பதான் நம்மளுக்கு voiding desire வந்து வரும் beyond the 220 ml. So filling up to 500 ml is tolerable. Beyond this is painful. So this is also variable from person to person. So referred pain is felt in the anterior abdominal wall, perineum and the penis in case of male. So 500 ml க்கு மேல போகும்போது so pain is felt because of the urge in the maturation. So anatomical capacity in pathina, the urinary bladder can hold up to 1 liter of urine, but literally it is not possible. So 500 ml வரைக்கும் போகும்போதே we will feel pain and referred pain over the anti-abdominal wall and the perineum. So blood supply internal iliac artery oda branches la irundhu varum, and the veins follow the arteries and will form plexus, and in the vesical plexus enga irukku sonna it is present in the space of Retzius. And the lymphatic drainage, most of the lymph collected from the urinary bladder is emptied into the internal iliac nodes and the para-aortic nodes. And see the passage of the ureter into the urinary bladder. See, the ureter penetrates the wall and at an angulation. So oblique pass agudhu. Edhanalana it is creating a flap valve mechanism. Now the bladder is empty. So adanal enna aguduna, valve is open for easy urine input. Easy ureter la irundhu urine bladder kulla enter agadhukaga help பண்ணுது. See, this second picture is the full bladder. So what happens? The pressure inside the urinary bladder increases. So இது என்ன பண்ணும்னா, it closes or pushes, it gives a high pressure over the lumen of the ureter. So அதனால என்ன ஆகுதுன்னா, it gets closed, and the flap valve மாதிரி இருக்கிற அந்த part close ஆயிடுது, so that it prevents the reflex or backflow of the urine from the bladder into the ureter. So அதனால தான் posterolateral wall la irundhu oblique pass ஆயிட்டு it is piercing and running into the intramural part ன்னு சொல்வாங்க. It is entering into the muscular cords obliquely, and then at the lateral angles of the trigone or at the base of the trigone, the ureter opens into the urinary bladder cavity. Now coming to the nerve supply of the urinary bladder. So it is having two types of nerve supply, somatic and autonomic. So somatic nerve is coming from the pudendal nerve, which is having the root value S2, S3 and S4, that is sacral segment, second, third and fourth segment. In the pudendal nerve முக்கியமான வேலை என்னன்னு பாத்தீங்கன்னா, it contracts the external sphincter. So அப்ப என்ன, always it is keeping the external sphincter closed. So on the tone of the external sphincter maintain பண்றது இந்த pudendal nerve வேலை. Next system is the autonomic nervous system, which is done by inferior hypogastric plexus. So it is having two components, both parasympathetic and sympathetic components. In the rendu components lime apparent irukku, efferent irukku. And parasympathetic is done by sacral segments S2, S3 and S4, whereas sympathetic is done by lower thoracic, that is 11th and 12th thoracic segment of spinal cord, and the upper lumbar, first and second lumbar segment of the spinal cord. And see what happens. So in the parasympathetic component of the inferior hypogastric plexus enna pannuna, it contracts the urinary bladder. Enna pannudhu, it is motor to the detrusor muscle. So detrusor muscle ku it is acting as a motor and it contracts the urinary bladder. At the same time, it relaxes the internal sphincter. So appo enna agum, the internal urethral orifice opens. So bladder starts emptying. Adhe sympathetic enna pannudhu parunga, it relaxes the bladder and it is also motor to the detrusor. ஆனா இது அது ஒரு கான்ட்ராஸ்ட், என்ன பண்ணுது, it is contracting the internal sphincter. So voiding, அதாவது emptying of bladder complete ஆகும்போது the sympathetic is activated. So inferior hypogastric plexus and the pudendal nerve is acting on the external sphincter. Internal sphincter is involuntary, that's why it is controlled by autonomic nervous system. So micturition reflex அப்படிங்கிறதே it is controlled by, this is a reflex mechanism. Still the formation and the voluntary voiding of urine is under the central nervous system control. And the paracentral lobule, which is present on the medial surface of the brain. So in that we have the paracentral lobule. That is the main micturition component which is controlling the voluntary control of urine. And in the tegmentum part, ventral part of the pons, we have the micturition controlling centers, the nuclei responsible for micturition. So see how the micturition is nothing but expelling of the urine or voiding of urine. So எப்படி ஆகுதுன்றது பாருங்க. First the urinary bladder கொஞ்சம் கொஞ்சமா it starts filling. So நம்ம சொன்ன அந்த 220 ml reach ஆனதுக்கு அப்புறம் என்ன ஆகுது? The stretch receptors present on the wall of the urinary bladder is stimulated. So அது stimulate ஆனதுக்கு அப்புறம் என்ன ஆகுது? Afferent, அங்க இருந்து afferent impulses pass via the pelvic nerve. எங்க போகுது? Sacral segments of the spinal cord. Then from there efferent impulses pass via the same nerve, pelvic nerve valiya, it is reaching the detrusor muscle. So motor to the detrusor நம்ம பார்த்தோம் இல்லையா? Then the detrusor muscle starts contracting. So mass contraction, அப்படியே ஒரே டைம்ல bladder contract ஆகுது. Contract ஆகும்போது pressureல and the internal sphincter is relaxed. So அப்ப urinary bladderல இருந்து urethraக்கு வருது. Again இங்க இருந்து ஒரு stretch receptor stimulate ஆகுது. Stimulate ஆனோனே என்ன ஆகுது? The afferent impulses pass to the pelvic nerve. Pelvic nerve ல இருந்து it is going to the pudendal nerve. So the pudendal nerve is inhibited. So pudendal nerve inhibit ஆயிடுச்சுனா என்ன ஆகும்? Tone of the external sphincter is lost. So relaxation of the external sphincter. So urine is expelled out. That is called a voiding of urine or micturition. This is how the filling and voiding of urine takes place. And the stretch receptors are present over the mucous membrane of the urinary bladder. See? So ureter la irundhu the urine is emptied. First contraction detrusor muscle la ஆரம்பிக்குது. Then it is going to relax the internal urethral sphincter. அங்க இருந்து pudendal nerve inhibition, இங்க ஒரு stretch receptor stimulate ஆகுது. So இது வரைக்கும் it is under autonomic nervous control. And எப்போ இந்த prostatic part of the urethra cross பண்ணி external sphincter க்கு வருதோ, then it is under the somatic nerve control, that is voluntary, that is done by the pudendal nerve. And pudendal nerve inhibit ஆகும்போது relaxation of the external sphincter causes voiding of urine. And see, this is the paracentral lobule which is controlling the micturition. Spinothalamic tract, main in the spinothalamic tract and the dorsal column, இதுல தான் afferents and efferents of the micturition pathway is present. And coming to the histology part of the urinary bladder. So ஏற்கனவே நம்ம epithelium பார்க்கும்போது பார்த்திருக்கோம். The urinary bladder is having a special type of epithelium which is called urothelium or the transitional epithelium. So totally this is a section of urinary bladder. So எடுத்து பார்த்தோம்னா this is the lumen of the urinary bladder. So உள்ள இருந்து வெளியில போகும்போது we have mucosa, muscularis mucosa and adventitia. Outermost layer is the adventitia. So mucosa la enna irukku? See, this is the mucous membrane which is having uniquely stratified transitional epithelium which is otherwise called as urothelium. In the urothelium எப்படி இருக்கும்னு பாத்தீங்கன்னா single layer of small basal cells resting on the thin basement membrane. மேல போக போக intermediate regions la we have 1 to several layers. The layers differ. So empty bladder இருக்கும்போது 2 to 5 layers வரைக்கும் இருக்கும். Whereas full bladder ஆகும்போது even 9 layers வரைக்கும் கூட போகும். So அந்த அளவுக்கு it is extending. So 1 to several layers of cuboidal to low columnar cells are present. Superficial most layer. This is umbrella shaped cells or the bulbous cells, sometimes binucleated, which are differentiated to protect the underlying cells. So in the madri or bulbous cell edukkaga irukuna, it is protecting the underlying cells against the potentially cytotoxic effects of the hypertonic urine. The next layer is the muscularis mucosa, which is very thick in case of the urinary bladder. See the muscularis mucosa, how thick it is. The thick muscularis of the ureter. So ureter la idhe madri thick muscular layer da irukum. Move the urine towards the urinary bladder by a movement called peristalsis. The peristaltic contraction la da ureters la irundhu urinary bladder ku the urine is moved and it produces prominent mucosal folds when the lumen is empty. So adha nama ruge madriyana folds nu solrom. The urothelium is surrounded by lamina propria and submucosa, and then it is followed by smooth muscles and the adventitia. The muscular layer, அதுதான் ரொம்ப important இங்க. Muscular layer has 3 poorly delineated layers, collectively called as detrusor muscle, which contract to empty the bladder. Ureters pass through the wall of the urinary bladder obliquely, forming a valve and a flap valve mechanism that prevents the backflow of the urine into the ureters. So commonly, the carcinoma of the bladder abdinale in the transitional epithelium, transitional cell carcinoma is very common. Incontinence. What is incontinence? Urinary incontinence. Unintentional passing of urine. So நம்மளால கண்ட்ரோல் பண்ண முடியாம தன்னால யூரின் வெளியில வரதா incontinence னு நம்ம சொல்றோம். There are different types of incontinence. So stress incontinence because of increased intra-abdominal pressure and weak pelvic floor muscles. So enagum even during sneezing and repeated cough, it will increase the intra-abdominal pressure. At the same time, in the pelvic floor muscles weak agumbodhu enagum the urinary incontinence results. And urge incontinence due to involuntary contraction of the bladder muscles. And overflow incontinence. This may happen in case of blockage of the prostatic part of the urethra. Sometimes prostate enlargement la kuda the urethra becomes blocked, which causes incontinence. And neurogenic incontinence, which is due to impaired functioning of the nervous system. So any trauma or injuries in the conditions la kuda we can have neurogenic incontinence. What is cystitis? The inflammation of the urinary bladder is called cystitis. Such inflammation is common during urinary tract infection. So chronic urinary tract infection irukumbodhu we can have cystitis also. So chronic cystitis causes an unstable urothelium. So இப்பதான் problem ஆகுது. So repeated or long standing cystitis இருக்கும்போது என்ன ஆகும்? The urothelium becomes unstable with benign urothelial changes involving hyperplasia or metaplasia of the cells. So hyperplasia, I think you know, increased number of cells. Hyperplasia. Metaplasia, one type of cell is changed into other type of cell. So bladder carcinoma நாலே காமனா என்ன இருக்கும் அப்படின்னு பாத்தீங்கன்னா transitional cell carcinoma, which is resulting from this unstable urothelium. And one more thing, the urachus அப்படின்னு ஒரு part நம்ம சொன்னோம். So urachus எங்க, urachus actually adult lifeல இருக்காது. It is obliterated and forms the median umbilical ligament. இல்லையா? So apex of the urinary bladder ல இருந்து attach ஆயிருக்கக்கூடிய structure up to the umbilicus, that is the median umbilical ligament. It is actually a fibrous remnant of allantois. So என்ன ஆகும், early stages of the fetus ல urine which is formed inside the urinary bladder will be emptied through this duct. இது ஒரு allantoid duct. The duct valiya through the, along with this allantoic diverticulum will pass through the umbilical cord. Umbilical cord valiya it is emptying out. So later stages of the intrauterine life la enna aguna, this umbilical, this allantoic diverticulum gets obliterated. So obliterate ஆயிட்டு it is converted into median umbilical ligament. So it is a canal that drains the urine formed within the urinary bladder of fetus and it joins and runs inside the umbilical cord. And see, இது வந்து common usual happening. Sometimes there will be some anatomical variations. See the patent urachus, patent in adult also, the tube or the allantoid tube or the duct is open. So what will happen? The urine which is formed inside the urinary bladder will be dribbling or leaking through the umbilicus. And see, this is a case of patent urachus. Sometimes என்ன ஆகும், proximal part, distal part எல்லாமே க்ளோஸ் ஆயிடும். urinary bladder கிட்டயும் க்ளோஸ் ஆயிருக்கும், umbilicus கிட்டயும் க்ளோஸ் ஆயிருக்கும், சென்டர்ல ஆர் in the way midway எங்கயாவது ஓபன் இருக்கும், that is called as urachal cyst. And urachal sinus அப்படினா, see the distal part which is more near the umbilicus is patent and that is called as urachal sinus. And urachal diverticulum அப்படினா proximal part, the apex of the urinary bladder ல இருந்து midway வரைக்கும் இருக்கக்கூடிய part of urachus will be open and that condition is called as urachus diverticulum. And see, this is ectopia vesicae. This is a congenital anomaly or developmental anomaly which is affecting the development of lower part of the anterior abdominal wall and the urinary bladder, so that anti-abdominal wall is not formed, causing the exposure of the urinary bladder. See, in this child, the urinary bladder is exposed, which is called extrophy of the urinary bladder. So, ectopia vesicae. And what is atonic bladder? Atonic bladder is nothing but flaccid or acontractile bladder. So the bladder is unable to contract and it becomes very flaccid and the detrusor muscle oda tone ella loss aiduchu. That condition is called as atonic bladder. So the detrusor muscles are not fully contracting. So what happens here? The patient feels very hard to urinate. So that patient or the person might sense that he need to urinate, but what happens is they are unable to urinate because the bladder muscles doesn't contract. So patient will feel to urinate and the stretched receptors alla nallada work agudhu, but what happens, and the detrusor muscles are not contracting properly, so they cannot urinate. As a result, so bladder full ஆயிட்டே இருக்கு. It goes on filling. What happens? Overflow of urine and leak of the urine and causes discomfort. So the main symptom of atonic bladder is urine spilling out of the urine and frequent leak is present. But the bladder never empties. Bladder full ஆகுது. The patient feels to micturate, but he could not micturate completely. So அப்ப என்ன ஆகுது? Urinary bladder emptyயே ஆகல, ஃபுல்லாவும் இருக்கு, it is leaking. So இது எந்தெந்த கண்டிஷன்ஸ்ல இருக்குன்னு பாத்தீங்கன்னா, the spina bifida, diabetic neuropathy, and some traumatic injuries involving the sacral segments and the lower thoracic and upper lumbar segments, and in cases of enlarged prostate gland. So இதுக்கு என்னெல்லாம் டெஸ்ட் பண்ணலாம்னு பாத்தீங்கன்னா, cystometrogram. This is to test the pressure of the detrusor muscle wall. And வேற என்ன பண்ணலாம்னா electromyogram. So this is to test the muscle tone again. And simple USG abdomen எடுத்து பார்த்தோம்னா கூட the bladder will have some quantity of urine. So patient micturate பண்ணிட்டு திரும்ப எடுத்தோம்னா கூட some quantity of urine will be present inside the bladder. And one more condition called trabeculated bladder, which is chronic obstruction to the outflow of urine by an enlarged prostate. So benign prostatic hypertrophy la enna agum appadina chronic obstruction of the outflow of urine, and this causes hypertrophy of the urinary bladder. So I think cystoscope is a procedure for examining the interior of the urinary bladder in living individuals. A distended bladder may be ruptured by injuries of the lower abdominal wall. So for micturition reflex. It is an autonomic reflex